guys. So welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, AD4. So today, guys, we're previewing the Champions League games. Now, before I have my guest come on today, he will be joining us. I just want to make things clear that we're going to be starting. And so, yeah, let's go ahead and do this, man. So let's start, man. Let's bring our guest, man. Our guest is here, man.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, sorry for the delay, guys. Sorry for the delay, but better late than never, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, as I said, man, we'll be previewing some Champions League games, and it's kind of interesting that the timing of this is actually kind of coinciding with the game right now. Dortmund's actually playing right now as we speak against RB Leipzig, huge title deciding game potentially. So, yeah, there's only one place to start though. There's only one place to start, and we have to start with the first game, which we have is Club Brugge versus Benfica. I mean, for this one, Benfica versus Club Brugge. I think this tie is. Yeah, sorry. I'll let you start first.
The first leg, it was it wasn't a close one. I think Benfica won 2-0. So, I wasn't expecting like much from Bruges, but I'm hoping like they could do the impossible, but I don't think it's very likely. But you never know in the Champions League, but it's gonna be a big game because Club Brugge they've been struggling in the Belgian league a bit, but and what and Benfica I think they've been good in the Portuguese league. Yeah, so it's gonna be it might be a far game or it might be a close game because Benfica they might not like go for the win or they might just like seek a close game or something or so it's gonna be an interesting match.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing with this game is that it's that how will Benfica ease up a bit? Like, will they kind of rotate their players? Like, yeah, that we know. And I think for Club Brugge, the crucial thing is that they have Jutgala and Vanaken. Those are, in my opinion, their two best players. Because I think if they could get those two players playing this game, then I think they could do it. Because for me, I think Jutgala, they're very reliant on him. He was one of their best players in the group stage of the Champions League, coming out with those clutch goals. And I feel like without Jutgala, this team is really not. They just struggle to score goals, And so, yeah, for this one, man, I would say you would fancy Benfica, man. You would fancy Benfica to advance.
I don't think the comeback's possible for Club Brugge. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it just seems like a tall task at hand. So yeah, let me read what you guys say in the chat, and I also put a poll up there for you guys. Which game are you most excited for? And currently we have 3 votes, so I'm not gonna read those messages just yet. We're not gonna read the poll results just yet because the poll just started. So, but we'll definitely look later in the stream. So BLA says hello. FB7 Games says see. LHM says Arpon, what is your favorite president? Teba's problem. He's saying Barca's banned from buying players this summer. Oh man, I'll briefly answer this. Obviously we can't go too much in depth because it's a Champions League thing, and let me just say I don't like Javier Tebas. I don't like the guy whatsoever. He's ruined this league. He's financial fair play, and it's just like ridiculous, man. And he clearly has an agenda against Barca. It's very obvious. So yeah, hopefully things get better, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see, man. So yeah, my favorite problem is the fact that we can't even register our players. And he said that Gavi shouldn't even be registered as a first team player. Like, come on, really? Anyway, Sebastian Football Fan says hello. Hello to you, man. Hello to you. So yeah, for this one, man, the win probability, man, 66% for win, 22% for extra time, and Club Brugge 14%. And the thing is, like, yeah.
Extra time 20%.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. And the thing is, Club Brugge could win this game, but it won't be enough to advance. They could win this, like, let's say 1-0, and it still won't be enough.
Yeah.
So that's the scary thing, man.
It said extra time 20%, so that's made me thinking.
Yeah. It's very weird. Anyways, make sure you guys smash the like button. We're at 3 likes. Let's try to get to 15 likes for today, guys. So like and subscribe, people.
Woo!
So yeah, let me go ahead and pin that. Okay. So, anyways, I don't think we really have much more to say on this one. Let's quickly talk about some Benfica players before we move on, because we do need to talk about their players. Obviously, the most standout name is Lachudimos. He's been amazing for them. great goalkeeper. Then you have the Rafa Silva has been great. Then you have who else? Gonzalo Ramos. I like the new replacement they have for Enzo Fernandez, Chiquito. I think something like that. I might be butchering his name.
Oh,
Or what do you say?
I just do.
Yeah,
What's it called? Joao Mario.
Joao Mario. Yeah, he's pretty good. And then I also like the Antonio Silva guy, that 18-year-old guy, center back. He's been really impressive. So I wouldn't be
Otamendi as
surprised.
well.
Oh, it's a Mendy's been class. World Cup winner as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think for Club Brugge, man, it's gonna be a tall task. But yeah, best of luck, man. Best of luck to them. Okay,
Exciting.
now we talk about the other game.
Oh no.
Uh,
Oh
oh, um, yeah, this is a
yeah.
bit strange. And for those that don't know, FV7's a Chelsea fan, so I mean, give me your quick thoughts, man, from this game.
Uh, I I would like to say that I am not confident at all in this team because we have not won in like a long time. Let alone score 2 goals against Dortmund. We haven't won in like 6 weeks or something.
Wow,
So I'm
that
not
is really
confident. And
sad.
Dortmund have not lost since the World Cup, like before the World Cup started. So Dortmund's been very good form.
Wow, yeah, yeah. So it's
Yes, sir.
huge, man.
So I'm not
So
I'm not confident. I'm not confident in this team to win, but it's the Champions League. Anything can happen, but I don't think it's going to. The dream is going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen.
yeah. Well, the thing is, though, as I know, obviously, it's looking bad. But the thing is, like, it's only one goal. Like, it's not like see if it was 3-0 or 4-0, then yeah, of course, a tie is done. But it's only 1-0 down, so I wouldn't say it's an impossible task.
But I mean, like,
So
scoring 2 goals is going to be an impossible task.
yeah, I mean that is true. I mean that is true. And obviously, Dortmund is currently playing right now. They're leading 1-0 against what's it called? RB Leipzig, I believe. Last time I checked. So I mean, let's look
Yeah.
at the Dortmund team. Let's look at the Dortmund team is currently playing right now, because you would probably expect them to play. You'd probably expect the same 11 to play on the weekend and the game against Chelsea. So they're actually, wow.
Oh,
This
I
is
I guess
really
they're
interesting.
resting a few players.
It's kind of he's suspended, I believe. So he won't be playing. And then you have Bellingham,
Ah, okay.
Julian Brandt, and then Haller.
I have to mention Kobel. Kobel was very good in the first leg. Is he available? Why are they playing Mayer?
I think they're just resting him for the game, probably the big
Oh,
game.
oh,
So
Dortmund scored again. It's 2-0.
wow, 2-0, man. Who just scored? Emre Chan. Oh man, this is a guy I don't rate. This is a guy I don't rate, and it's just, yeah. Leipzig, man, they're done. And also, by the way, I don't know if you guys know this. Dortmund is the most informed team this year in the top 5 leagues. I think they have won all their games. No other team in the top 5 leagues have done that.
Yeah,
So you know. But the thing is with Dortmund, man, is the defense. The defense is one of my biggest concerns with this team. That's always my concern with this team, to be honest.
they have Sule and Schlotterbeck.
Yeah, and I don't rate Sule, man. I don't rate Sule whatsoever. So I think
He's
it's
got a
really
6.9 rating, so he's good so far. His rating is green color.
yeah, that's true. It's just that a lot of sometimes these ratings things are kind of weird, because I remember, what was it, against like USA Netherlands? Zimmerman was given a 7 when there was, I don't know how he got a 7. Just saying this right now. So like I sometimes you have to take these ratings with a grain of salt. But I do like football. I think his ratings are pretty good generally. I just look, but there are a few exceptions though. But yeah, I mean, getting back to Dortmund. So who are you most scared of as a Chelsea fan for this
Uh,
Dortmund team?
I have to say the first person I'm scared of is the goalkeeper Kobel, because uh, I mean he did seven he's done like 7 like shots on target saves, like actual saves on the goal, and the second one it has to be Karim Adeyemi or Bellingham.
Adeyemi, man, he's also on the bench too. I'm assuming, is he? Oh no, he's injured. Wow.
He's injured. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that turns the tables a bit. Well, I mean, Bellingham is still a danger towards us, and I think it's
Yeah.
Anthony Modest is He's good when he
Yeah.
comes off the bench.
Yeah. Also, I like this guy, Jamie Ben Gintens. This guy's good. I
Oh,
really like this guy. He's underrated.
yeah,
Then you have
he's good.
Guerrero. Then you have Gio Reyna, my American guy. He's been
Guerrero,
scoring with. Yeah.
Julian Brandt is good as well.
Yeah, he scored the first goal actually, but it was disallowed. So, then what about Marco Royce? Are you scared of Marco Royce?
Yeah, he's. I mean, I didn't see him much. I didn't see him in the first leg, so I
Oh, okay,
don't
okay.
have like a point of view to talk about him.
Yeah, yeah. Sebastian Haller, of course. And like I said, man, I think the thing is with this game is that I think the interesting thing is that let's look at Chelsea's predicted 11 tomorrow against what is it called? Uh, Leeds, I believe,
Leeds,
right? Yeah,
Leeds
Leeds.
United.
So let's look at Chelsea right here, right, real quick. So hopefully it loads here. So Chelsea's playing Leeds, and this is the 11 that is predicted, by the way. Um, you're looking at
Ooh,
this team here. So you have Havertz as striker, Felix, Sterling. Felix has to perform, man, because I remember the first leg he missed too many chances.
yeah, but I mean, Kobel was very good.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what I
yeah,
don't agree.
yeah. Enzo Fernandez, man, really, really good player. Although he was kind of bad in the first game, so he
Yeah,
needs to do better.
he's not done much since arriving, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
And we
So
do have a lot of injuries, like a lot of injuries.
yeah,
Like
that is true. That is true.
Mason Mount, Thiago Silva, Aspilicueta, Pulisic, Broja, Mendy, Kante.
Wow. Dang, that's crazy, man. And you have oh yeah, Badashila is not in the world. He's not in the Champions League squad, I believe.
Yeah,
Dang. Yeah, it's looking peak, man, for Chelsea, man. It's looking peak. And like I said, man, because the thing with Dortmund, as I said, is that they're a good team. It's just on the road. I don't really trust this team. I don't really trust Dortmund on the road that much.
we haven't scored since February 11th against West Ham. So,
I
and we
don't know,
haven't scored.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we don't
haven't.
score much.
Yeah. So that is true. What I could see happening is this will be a low scoring game. Let me just say this right now. There's not gonna be a lot of goals. Like at best, I could see maybe like 2 goals, maybe three. Three, I think was a bit of a stretch, but I don't see more than three. Do you agree with that?
I mean, I'm not sure to be honest.
Yeah. I just think it's gonna be really interesting. So let's go look at the win odds. So Chelsea's 52%. So you're still the heavy favorites according to Google, and extra time is 25%. Dortmund is 23%.
Yeah, I mean, we were like the more dominant side in the first leg. Like, I can be confident about that, but like based on our form, we haven't been that great on form. But Dortmund, they've been very good in form. But anything can happen. It's the Champions League.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing is I don't really like how people say the form thing because form can go out the window. Like for example, look at Barcelona for instance. We were coming into the get United. Well, actually, maybe it's not a good example. I'm trying to think of another good example. Look at what's a good example? Um, Look at Liverpool, right? They were just coming into good form before the game against Real Madrid. Everyone was like, okay, maybe Liverpool have changed the corner. Things have turned for the better. And they even scored 2 early goals. And like, yeah, they're going to advance probably. And then guess what? Real Madrid made that big comeback, you know? And so, like, form, it doesn't, for me, it's not really about, obviously, form is important. I'm not saying it's not important, but I'm just saying is I think the bigger, more important thing is do the players have the mentality? Do the players have the urgency? Do they have the character? Do they have the nerves of steel? Do they have that confidence? Can they actually turn up this kind of big game? It's for me, mentality is all about knockout stage competitions, you know. And do Chelsea have that? You know, that's the question I have. You know, and
I don't think so.
Chelsea been good in the Champions League though in the last couple of seasons. You know, last season you made it all the way to the quarterfinals. You got bounced by Real Madrid, which you know is one of the difficult teams, and then obviously the season before you won the Champions League. So,
Yeah,
uh, but the key thing for me is that was with Tuchel, you know, and I don't trust Potter. I don't trust Potter with this team, you know. Maybe if Tuchel had stayed, maybe I would have given you guys a really good chance. But it's really hard to say with you guys because, as you said, you haven't been scoring enough goals. Defensively, you haven't. I don't think you. What about the defense? Has the defense been good?
yeah. The defense been all right.
Yeah.
It's just the
So
attack has nothing.
yeah, the attack has been so bad, you know, and like I said, man, I think the important thing is I think I think if you guys score an early goal, that I feel like you guys are gonna win. I don't know. I feel like you guys might win this game by a big
Yeah,
margin.
I think I agree with you. If we score like an early goal, we could like take it. But I mean, if we do win, I think there's a very huge possibility of us going to extra time because I'm not sure if we're going to win by 2 goals.
Yeah, and I think the thing is, like, I think the longer it stays 0-0, the more I fancy Dortmund. I think the more Dortmund gonna feel confident, and that's the thing with this Dortmund team because I think they're gonna come in second leg with the whole idea of being defensive. I think that's what they're gonna do in this game is that be super defensive, and if there's any counterattacks, we'll obviously go for it. But I think you guys are gonna have most of possession. It'll be kind of like the first leg, so I think it's gonna even be more defensive from Dortmund.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
So yeah, like I said, man, I think if you guys take the initiative and score early, then I think you guys, honestly, I think you guys could advance. But if you guys don't score early, you guys take like if it takes like until the 70th or 60th minute, then I don't see you guys advancing. I think it just matters how early you score that goal.
I mean, we could like get a late goal to send us to extra time. I mean, it's only a 1 goal difference, so I wouldn't say like a late goal is that bad. But if they score, I think the tie is all over.
Oh yeah, especially if they score first. Like if they score first, it's done. It's done. Um,
Yeah.
because I don't see you guys scoring like it's like you said. I think it's going to be one or two at the most. Who do you, if someone if let's say a Chelsea player did score, who do you have the most confidence them scoring?
Uh, I'm gonna, I might actually just say Havertz.
Havertz. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
maybe
Oh
Felix.
man.
Joao Felix, maybe.
Joao Felix. Yeah, potentially, man. So it's going to be very interesting, man. And Dortmund also have a lot of injuries as well. So it's really interesting to see what happens. But yeah,
Yeah,
I think you guys are really lucky that Adeyemi is going to probably miss this game
yeah.
because that's a huge blow for Dortmund. Then I saw someone did a career mode. You guys probably know the name S2G, and Adeyemi it was really good for him in his career mode. So I know it's FIFA, but still, like we saw how good he was in the first leg. So you know. I just think that for me, man, Kobal is such a good keeper. And Kepa, man, Kepa, I have a lot of question marks with Kepa, to be honest. He's not a bad keeper, it's just that he's just like not as good as what is it called? Kobal, of course. So yeah. Let me read some of your guys'
Yeah.
messages in the chat. Hello. Will Hakimi be banned from Bayern? Okay, I don't want to speak too much about that. Let's let's not get into that stuff. I prefer
I
not to
think
speak.
Hakimi is rapping.
I know what he means. I know what he means. I don't want to say it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. We're not gonna say it.
Yeah. Chelsea haven't won a match since 15th January, so it's almost 2 months without a
Oh my
win.
days.
Oh my god.
It's been a long time.
Like I said though, Champions League form is very different. And when it's crazy when you guys have won the Champions League, you guys weren't even that good in the league. Like you guys got fourth and fifth, I think, respectively. So, maybe there's a possibility you guys might win the Champions League. I don't
Maybe.
know, sure. It's still, I don't know. I still think it's unlikely. I honestly, I know it seems crazy to say, but honestly, I think if you guys had kept Tuchel, I think you guys could have done good in the Champions League. I just don't trust Potter in the Champions League. I really don't.
Imagine Graham Potter comes in and lifts the Champions League for Chelsea.
Yeah. Although to be fair, you guys did win the Champions League with De Matteo. So what am I to say?
Yeah. So imagine if like it's like Graham Potter to win it out of all of the people.
Although I do think that Chelsea team is considerably better than this team. I mean, that's obvious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Drogba, the Lampard, Petr Cech. Yeah, that Chelsea team is so much better than this team. Okay. 2-0 Dortmund. All right. No, Sebastian Fuba saying 2-0 Dortmund. Pookie says no FV7 lol. See. Elton says if Hogwarts failures to and Graham Potter still play Master of Offside Legend, however, so that they can't score a single goal.
Master of Offside.
No. There's only one person that's Master Offside, guys, and you know what I'm talking about. He's a Spanish player. Ground says hola.
Okay, well then.
Okay. I don't think we should read that. But, you guys can clearly. I think you guys can read that. But anyways, yeah, I mean it's gonna be a big game, man. It's gonna be a big game. So obviously, you guys know on Sunday, maybe Monday, I'll give you guys my prediction I still haven't quite made my prediction yet, but it's gonna be fascinating because this is the game I'm gonna definitely be watching on Tuesday. I'm sorry, with all due respect, I'm not watching Benfica Club Brugge. Well, I mean, I'll have it in the
Yeah,
background, but I'll be definitely more focused on this game. That's for sure.
yeah, this is the big game.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. As I
But
said, man. Yeah. One last thing
but
before we move on. Oh, sorry.
but with but I mean there might be like two games that I wouldn't say these two games are like the closest, but the games on the next day are way close. Going to be way closer than the games on the first day.
Hmm. Potentially. So, as a Chelsea fan, before we move on, are you? Let's say you have to put money on it. Let's say you have to put money on it. Okay. Hypothetically, obviously, we're not going to do real life. I just mean
Yeah.
hypothetically. Which team do you think is advancing?
Dortmund.
All right. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, like I said, for Chelsea, man, you're lucky to Stamford Bridge because if this was at Duna Park and Dortmund won 1-0, you guys, I think it's over. I don't think you guys can win away at Dortmund. But luckily for you guys, you're at Stamford Bridge. So,
Yeah.
eh, you know. So, yeah, man, as I said, man, we're going to go ahead and move on to Wednesday games, man. Wednesday. So, it's going to be very, very interesting. Okay. Before we move on, let me go ahead and send the link to Sebastian because he wants to speak about his team, Spurs
Okay.
Milan. Yeah, and yeah, let me go ahead and see Sebastian. Where is he? Yeah, send that to you on Twitter. Wait, what am I doing? I don't need to search. I can just put it here. Actually, I could whatever.
I mean,
Okay,
we all know that
so
like the real Champions League winners is going to be AIK.
yeah, it's actually gonna be we're gonna have AIK versus HAK final, guys. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Oh wow! Actually, I'm just looking at this right now. We actually have a conference league game on Tuesday. Lazio AZ Alkmaar.
Oh,
Very interesting.
yes, because like I think there's another team in Italy. I mean, Roma are playing in the at home. I think in the same time. So
Oh,
To be fair, that's true what you said. Because I clicked the link, yeah, like the minute you said, yeah, okay, it's gonna win the Champions League. To be fair, if it happens in the future and we have more Champions League in City, I will legit off. So, hello, AD. Hello.
hello, man. Hello. So let's start with the Tottenham Milan game first. I will say Bayern PSG because that's probably the one you guys are most excited for next week. So we'll save that for last. So coming into this game, man, Sebastian, man, let's hear from a Milan fan first. What's your thoughts on this game?
I think the key here was winning the first leg, but I still think that we would have gone through anyways. Because I think the Spurs is Spurs. They're gonna concede. They are gonna concede. And as I'm watching Napoli Lazio, very good game. Obviously, we play tomorrow's Fiorentina away. So I think, who knows, Pioli might bench some players. He might start Zlatan instead of Giroud. He might bench Leo. But for this game, Spurs, they won, obviously, was Chelsea. I think, it was 2-0. I'm not sure who they play this weekend.
they also lost to Sheffield United.
True.
Yeah.
History of the Tottenham. So I think Spurs, I think they're looking much better than we've seen a couple of weeks ago when they basically lost to City. They lost, like, how many games did they lose? Like, they lost to City 4-2, and then before that game, I think they lost 2 or 3 games. For Spurs, obviously, how the heck are they still top 4 in the Premier League? That's weird. Oh yeah, they lost like to Arsenal, City, Leicester, was it Milan away? Like,
I mean, because
Yeah.
like the other teams don't have they are not good.
Oh, so
True.
Tottenham next game is Wolves away. That's right.
I mean, I'm looking at Spurs form. They have lose lose win win lose lose win win lose lose. So
Yeah.
Wolves, if
The
they
thing was,
lose, if
yeah.
Spurs lose to
Yeah.
Wolves, it's likely that Spurs beats Milan on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
but
thing with
I
Spurs,
see.
like you just don't know what to get from this team. You just don't know what to get from this team. You don't know what team is going to turn up.
And I think I think if I think if Spurs beat Wolves, which is likely, if Spurs beat Wolves, I think they're losing versus Milan because it's the history of Spurs basically. Like they it they don't play Danjuma. They spend how much did they spend? It was alone. Yeah, like look at that defense. Dyer has been crap this season. Langley, he's awful. Everyone knows that. Barca fans knows it. Spurs fans knows it. Premier League fans know it. Eric Dyer, I don't want to even speak about that guy because he's absolute garbage.
I think Dyer's suspended for the second leg. I think he is.
Oh yes. Oh no, that's a bonus for Spurs. Oh no. Oh
I mean, Longley is the best defender ever to exist. I think.
So yeah, we're gonna see Davinson Sanchez replace him, right? Replace Dyer.
yeah. It's probably gonna be Romero, Langley, and Davinson Sanchez, and then Foster and go. But if we look at Milan defense, we have Magnan, Tomori.
Is Emerson Royal available?
If Emerson Royal scores a hat-trick, I might actually be very angry. Because now Spurs fans is talking about, oh yeah, Emerson Royal is probably the best right back in the world. Like, why are they doing this to themselves? Like,
Emerson Royal, he was nominated for FIFA for Premier League Player of the Month. So it's like the Premier League Player of the Month. He's playing against Milan.
Yeah, and obviously I think like this team, if we played, obviously Leo is suspended, which is very tough for that game, but Fiorentina has not been that great this season, other than the Conference League. And I think did they go to the semi-final of the Coppa Italia, or are they still in it? Because I remember it was 2 legs, and I think, I think this is a time for basically. I think Giroud should get benched tomorrow at least. Second half, I think Zlatan should play the second half because if you play Giroud up till like 70, or if he gets an injury, it's kind of bad news. But Leo is obviously there. Magnan, that backline, I'm very happy about that backline. Tomori, Thiaw, and Kalulu Magnan. You see, when Magnan is in goal, you see the difference in this AC Milan team.
Yeah.
Like when you had Torresano conceded a lot of goals, and that's the key with Magnan. He has that calm in him. Plus, he does not really have any stress, and he knows what he has the other players, and he's a leader like Zlatan, Giroud. Okay, Tonali, I don't know, not sure if he's a leader, but he's up there probably. Theo Hernandez, probably the best left back in the world. Probably one left back that can or might be better is Alphonse Davies, but I think AC Milan, very, very good form. I think beating Spurs would be another huge bonus, especially with the teams who can be in the quarterfinals, like Real Madrid, Napoli, who else? Inter, who Milan can play in the quarterfinals, by the way, of the Champions League. Obviously PSG, Bayern, Dortmund, Chelsea. I don't count Liverpool because we're already out, so I think AC Milan has a good chance this season. If everyone is fit for the rest of the season, Milan has a great chance of doing something big in the Champions League. because that defense is probably one of the best defenses in the Champions League right now, based on form. I'm not sure if Real Madrid defense should be up there, but they might. But Spurs, at home they turn up. So hopefully we don't bottle it. But it's Spurs. As soon as they are like an underdog for one game, they step up and just Harry Kane. He scores a hat trick or something, but hopefully that's happening. But I will be doing a watch along for that game. Spurs, Milan, and obviously PSG, Bayern Munich. If I would predict Milan Spurs, I would probably say 2-1 Milan or 1-1 draw, because I don't see Spurs scoring more than one goal on this defense.
I think the important thing for Spurs is that I think Kane has to turn up, because the thing with Spurs is that I think if Kane, because believe it or not, guys, Kane actually has a good record scoring in the Champions League. I think he's actually he's got a good goals to game ratio. I think if Kane turns up and Son turns up, because I think because Kane can't do it alone. I think he needs Son with his partner in crime. I kind of like Batman and Robin kind of think, and I guess Chelesa as well.
Yeah, Chelesa always turns up, like every single game, even though he doesn't score a lot. He is that player where you just give him one-on-one chance, and he gets past that player.
Yeah,
I have a lot of experience of watching Chelesa taking on one-on-one players, and he absolutely bullies them. So with Cancelo last season, or this season, versus Man City. So I think Spurs, tough team, but they have very good players, but a lot of players are not standard of a big club like Spurs. And I know big and Spurs doesn't really match up together, but Spurs is a big team. If you look at, they have like 26 trophies, and they were the first English team to win a European trophy. So that's what they have going for them, basically. That they were the first team to win a European trophy from English teams. And who knows, if they replicate that and win the Champions League, I won't be mad, but at the same time, I want Zlatan to lift that UCL, so because SK has auditions, maybe he can join Liverpool in the future and probably win it. But the FSG is stupid and won't spend that money. It will be a very good game, AD. I'm looking forward to this game more than I look forward to PSG Bayern, to be honest.
Interesting.
And that says a lot.
Yeah, we'll speak about Bayern PSG. Anyways, MP7, I don't think I've spoken yet, so you speak and then I'll speak and then we'll move on to the next game.
Yeah, so I mean, I do agree with Sebastian on many things. I mean, Milan, I think they're very good in the counter attack. I think the goal they scored against Spurs was like a counter attack move. So Milan, I feel like Spurs, they will be more dominant in like chances in this game, but Milan, like if they score a counter attack, then I feel like, again, similar to like the Chelsea Dortmund game, that might just like settle the game and win the game for Milan. So, but you never know what can happen.
Yeah, I think the thing is with this game in particular is that the defense is gonna be very interesting for both teams. Like Milan, they have and I think they're peaking at the right time. I see they're playing the new formation, the three at the back, and I think that's really been healthy. And Thiago has been so good, and then obviously Magnan being back from injury is also massive. And I just think that Milan are coming into this game in good form. They've kept so many clean sheets in a row. I think they kept like 4 clean sheets in a row. And previously they were like conceding goals for fun. And I think that Spurs win in the first leg actually has galvanized the team. I think that's actually the reason why they're this good right now. And you can see Pioli is adapting. Whereas Spurs, on the other hand, they're just so weird to gauge. They have their interim coach, Stellini, actually not interim coach, assistant coach. And I actually believe this might seem crazy to say, but I actually think they play better football with their assistant coach than Antonio Conte. That might be actually crazy to say. And I just think for Spurs, man, it's just like they're capable of like beating a Manchester City, and then they could lose to like, let's say, like Sheffield United. Like you just don't know what this team. Like I don't know what to expect from this team. It's so inconsistent, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like Spurs, they could like lose to Wolves tomorrow, and then they're going to suddenly beat like Milan 3-0 or something, and then they're going to go through somehow. That might just happen, but I mean, it's going to be a difficult prediction. I think this game is the game of the week, to be honest, because
Yeah.
because I feel like it's
Yeah.
the least predictable out of all of them.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, I think it's going to be very interesting to see how Spurs are going to defensively. Because, like I said, as I said before, I think Kane has to turn up. Because if Kane doesn't turn up, I don't. It's gonna be. I don't see Spurs advancing. I think he's that important to this team. Like I just don't see the other players like turning up. And I think Højbjerg, he's gonna be back for this game. He's gonna be back for a suspension, which I think is a huge positive because he's way better than who's that guy? I forgot that name. Skip. Well, actually, not Skip. Who's the other guy? Who's the other Spurs midfield? I forgot they had in the first leg.
Sorry, I think.
Yeah, Sar. Yeah. Højbjerg is definitely an upgrade over him. And I would say Højbjerg is probably Spurs' best midfielder, I would say. And I think the wing backs for Spurs are going to be very crucial. Like, Pedro Porro, Ben Davis. And so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Yeah, Perisic as well. Yeah. Oh, yeah, against Milan, being an injured player. So he might have something to prove. And then obviously Giroud. And who else is Tomori? Chelsea players, former Chelsea players. So they might want to prove something against Spurs, But yeah, I mean, what is your head telling you? Yeah. Wait, what do you say?
Liao is also Liao is returning from because he's suspended for Milan's next game, so he's going to be fully fit.
Yeah, fully fit. Yeah, that's gonna be he's a very important player. They have Charles de Ketelaere, Calabria, Benacer. I rate Benacer, man. I think he's really underrated. Then you have Tonali, then Theo Hernandez, Calabria. Calabria is kind of suspect in my opinion. I don't really rate Calabria like that. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, for Spurs, man, like I said, man, and then Rebic as well. So, I mean, what do you have? I'm not gonna get my prediction. You guys are gonna have to wait on Sunday/Monday, probably most likely Monday. But what do you guys have? I know Sebastian's already pick.
I mean, I'm actually not sure. I have to see how Spurs do against Wolves to decide.
All right, fair enough, man. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm waiting for I'm kind of waiting for the weekend's games to conclude, so that's why I haven't made my prediction yet. But yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. So let's go look at the odds for this game before we move on. So Spurs are actually 48% win. Extra time is 26%. Milan is 26%. So remember, 1-0 in aggregate.
Excuse me, 48 for Spurs. Really?
I'm telling you, man. The Google. What I've noticed is that they generally favor the home teams. They generally favor the home teams.
This is why I don't use Google, man.
I mean, it's still good.
Yeah, to be fair.
Yeah.
And to be fair, this is an interesting game. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It does say extra time 26%. So if extra time that does happen, that'll be fun.
Don't give me penalties. Please.
You know what's actually interesting with the away goals being removed? We haven't seen penalties yet in the Champions League.
Well, if we get penalties and Emerson Royale scores the winner, something is getting. Someone is getting attacked. Someone on YouTube is getting called out.
When was the last time you saw a penalty shootout in the Champions League?
That's actually a good question. I actually don't know. I think maybe Bayern versus Real Madrid. I think I heard 2014. I think. No,
it was 6 years ago. It was 6 years ago. It was the Champions League final of 2015-2016.
Oh yeah, Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid. Yeah, Madrid derby.
And the last two leg penalty shootout was Atletico versus Leverkusen earlier that season.
Wow, Atletico man. Oh man, Vulcan Warrior says Lukaku 2 goals last month. Chelsea just scored 1 goal. Oh man, that's actually brutal. Will you take Lukaku back to every 7 games?
I don't want to answer that question.
I know it's gonna seem crazy, but I think Lukaku could be good for Real Madrid. It sounds crazy, but I
thought you were gonna say Chelsea at first. I was like, okay. And then they said Real Madrid. I was like, what the heck?
don't get me wrong. Look, Benzema, he's like that false nine thing. And you know, Lukaku, he's pretty strong, so he can hold the ball to like Modric or Cruz, who can goes to wide passes to like the winger Rodrigo or Vini. Like, it could be that target man. Like, Real Madrid doesn't really need a striker because they seems to win Champions League anyways, somehow, because they are Real Madrid. But I think Lukaku could score a lot of goals in La Liga. Because I think La Liga's defenders are... it's not that good. If you look at the quality of like defenders from the Bundesliga, Serie A, Liga,
But the Bundesliga has no defense at all.
yeah, but the quality of defenders, like names of the defenders, like De Ligt, Upamecano. I know these defenders are
I mean, it's only Bayern.
true, and look at Dortmund, Schlotterbeck, Sule, and obviously Leipzig with Guardiola.
What about Union Berlin?
Lukaku Union Berlin.
No, Union Berlin, they have a good defense too. Union Berlin have a good defense.
That would be funny. Lukaku at Union Berlin.
No, I don't mean Lukaku at Union Berlin. I mean Union Berlin have a good defense. That's what I mean.
Yeah, they have pretty good. And Freiburg. To be fair, I think La Liga has the worst like defenders of the top 5 leagues.
No, I'd say League One is worse.
And okay. I guess it's a good way to transition to our next game. All right.
To scout Mbappe again. That would be funny.
Bayern versus PSG. Yeah. So I'm gonna start off first and saying this right now. This is a game that is gonna be very interesting to see what happens. Because PSG are in a very interesting position. This is probably a position that they're kind of unfamiliar with, or very rarely been in this position. Typically, we have known PSG to have leads from the first leg. Now they're in a position where they're not even in the lead; they're actually trailing. So could that actually galvanize them? And remember, guys, last time. Oh, sorry. What were you want to say, P7?
You never know.
Yeah. Well, let me just finish with what I want to say. Then I'll let you speak. Remember last time PSG went away to Bayern Munich, they won away 3-2. And I remember that game very well because that was a very fun game. That was a very exciting game. Neymar was on fire that game. I know people are going to say, oh, he didn't score. Dude, he was amazing. Those 2 assists he gave, especially that Marquinhos assist, that Marquinhos goal, that was a crazy assist. Crazy assist, man. Oh, my God. And Mbappe was on fire that game. And for Bayern Munich, man, Choupo-Moting was great. And obviously, Keylor Navas was very good. I remember the game. I remember particularly Manuel Neuer was pretty poor in that game. Made an error for the first goal, I think. And I just think for for PSG in particular, man, is that it's gonna be all on Mbappe. I think Mbappe has to turn up because if Mbappe doesn't turn up, there is no chance for PSG. And I know people are going to tell me about Messi, and I respect Messi. Messi is one of my favorite players, but I don't believe Messi can single-handedly do this on his own. You know, Messi is going to need Mbappe, and Mbappe needs Messi. I just don't really feel like Messi has it in him to have that kind of masterclass. And I know people are going to tell me, oh, look what he's been doing in League One. Against what's it called, Lille, then obviously Marseille. But come on, man, Bayern is significantly better than these 2 teams, So, and I do think the one concern for Bayern though is that what will Nagelsmann do by the back line? Because obviously Pavard is to be suspended for this game. So, what he's going to do with the team? Is he going to still play the back 3, or are we going to see a back 4? Because for me, Bayern should play a back 4. This is what they should do. They should probably do this. Left back Alphonso Davis, center backs you have Pavard. Well, not Pavard. Sorry, you have De Ligt and Upamecano, and the right back put Cancelo. However, with Nagelsmann, he's kind of like Pep. He kind of overthinks a lot of things, and I wouldn't be surprised he puts like who's the guy? I forgot his name. The Ajax left back, Daley Blind at the center back, which would be very odd. Which would be very odd. One of my Bayern friends was telling me this, and I'm like, what the heck? Daley Blind at center back?
I forgot it even existed. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, for this one, man. I mean, I've said my piece on this one. So, what do you have to say, FP7?
Well, I think I was going to say that I agree with you very much on the Mbappe thing. I feel like I remember in the first leg, Mbappe was on the bench, right? On like the bench for the first half. So, and PSG, they didn't look like they were something. They didn't look like dangerous or anything. It was all Bayern in the. It wasn't really all Bayern, but it's like more Bayern in the first half and I feel like once Mbappe came in, like PSG, they looked more switched on than from before. So I feel like with Mbappe, if PSG score, then the game is like on. The game is on. So it's gonna be exciting. But I'm still gonna back Bayern to win it because they have home advantage and they have. I'd back Bayern, but if PSG score or something, then anything can happen.
Yeah, I think if you're a neutral, you want PSG to score first because let's be real, if Bayern scores first, man, might as well. I think the time might be done if that happens.
Yeah.
So actually, I wouldn't. Maybe done's a bit harsh, but it would be very difficult for PSG to get back in the game. Let me put it this way. Very difficult. So yeah, this is the Bayern 11 that's going to be expected to play tomorrow against VfB Stuttgart. So you can see the players. Oh, Musiala, man, Musiala. He was great in the first leg. I remember.
It's a strong lineup.
Yeah, Musiala, man. I really like Musiala. Very underrated. Then obviously I have Kingsley Coman scored the winner last time. Then Choupo-Moting and then Muller. So Mane is back from injury, I believe. So Mane's going to be back, which is a huge positive for Bayern Munich because I'll be honest with you, Choupo-Moting kind of ghosts the first leg.
Don't disrespect the GOAT. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Like, the key for Bayern Munich that Mane is back. Like, Mane always destroy teams in the second leg on the Champions League. Like, and obviously PSG. Hakimi will be in the squad tomorrow. And yeah, Galtier and all the people say that. I think if Galtier goes out in the Champions League, with the Bayern, I think he's gonna get goodbye at the end of the season. Because PSG, they want to win the Champions League, and if you don't do that with this team, you're getting away. You're getting sacked.
I don't think they'll sack him that soon. Come on, come on. It's just one season, man.
If they lose the league and the Champions
League. If they lose the league, then he's definitely getting sacked. There's no doubt that. There's no doubt that.
There were rumors about Tuchel coming in, so
I don't think Tuchel's coming back. Let me just say something.
I think he might, because they need a manager who you saw how Tuchel did with PSG in that game in the Champions League versus Bayern Munich. Only one goal. They can see like PSG were excellent. Nothing.
Yeah.
Obviously, Messi and Mbappe can end this game by himself. Like we have seen in the World Cup what he did in the Champions League. Yeah, what he has done in the Liga, that former team. Like PSG, they need to score first, otherwise it's done. And it will be pretty funny to see Sommer knock out Mbappe again.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
That would be funny, but like as FP7 game said in the they are going to score.
Sebastian, let me just tell this hypothetical.
Yeah.
Imagine this game goes to penalties.
Bro, oh my god, if it goes to penalties, Mbappe misses it. Mbappe steps up in the fifth.
The last one, last penalty taker.
Yeah, and Mbappe misses, and Sommer sends Bayern through to the next round.
Oh
And
my
Mbappe is gonna cry to Messi and say, "Why didn't I leave to Real Madrid?" And hopefully Sommer does that. Hopefully, but but Bayern Munich is gonna be a big problem when Neuer comes back. Because who will they play, Sommer or Neuer? Hopefully Sommer starts still.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, they don't have to make the decision until like the summer, so they have plenty of time. But yeah, I mean,
I think Messi has to start stepping up because he probably this probably might be his second last chance to win the Champions League. Who knows where he will be next season or the summer? From the summer, he might be at Chelesa FC. He might be at those South American clubs. He might be at always ready to play with Werfer Bonny. So, I have no clue. Like, if Messi really wants to win the Champions League this season, he and Mbappe is gonna have the feast, especially with that Bayern Munich defense. It's a very sus, but PSG's defense is much more sus because we have Sergio Ramos, who is basically finished, washed. Marquinhos, who I don't know why he is at this PSG team, and then it's Pereira, who's crap. So, and Donnarumma, who is a good keeper but not better than Keylor Navas. So, to be honest, Bayern Munich should win this, pretty much. I think Bayern Munich will win this game. To be honest, it will be 5-2 or something.
5-2.
Yeah.
5-2.
I think Bayern Munich will punish them. I think, they someone will have to pay for it this time, because Muller definitely said something about that someone has to pay, and if it's not Barca, it has to be some other team. And I'm sorry, PSG, you are absolute garbage with no history. So, Qatar, I can't wait until the Qatar money leave them, so they can be middle team, relegation team, and then Mbappe comes to Liverpool and then enjoy his life with James Milner and Henderson. Wow.
I don't think you guys aren't getting Qatar money. You guys aren't getting Qatar money. What the heck?
Maybe in the future, but
I don't know, man.
I
mean, Manchester United is looking like they might get Qatar money.
Oh, that's good. Oh gosh.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting, guys. It's gonna be interesting, but yeah, for PSG, man, obviously, I think it's gonna be very important that Nuno Mendes, because he was really good in the first leg. He was probably one of the bright few good players. Okay, but yeah, I mean, then obviously Mbappe has to turn up, as we mentioned, and then the defense, man, Ramos was actually really good in the first leg, I remember. And then Donnarumma, Marquinhos, Pereira. Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting for PSG, man. Like I said, they have to score first, because if Bayern score first, man, it's gonna be very difficult for PSG, because, like I said, PSG are gonna have to come from 2 goals down, and I don't see them do it. They're gonna have to score 3, and that's gonna be very difficult, especially with their defense being very suspect. And yeah, for Bayern. So, I mean, which team do you guys do advance? MP7 Games. Give me your last couple of give me your last takes on this game.
So, I mean, it's gonna be. I feel like this game is gonna be more close than the very close, because it will be more close than the first leg, because, and I have a feeling. I mean, I have a short feeling that PSG will score first.
Wow, interesting. And you're thinking Mbappe scores, right?
I mean, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think the thing for Bayern is that they can they nullify Mbappe? Because if they can, I think they definitely advance. But if they cannot, then you can't write up PSG. Because like I said, we saw how Mbappe, when he came on as a bench player, came on as a substitute, he almost won the game. He almost won the game for PSG. He came on and terrorized the defense. Like he was great when he came on, and that's when the game changed. And so for Bayern, man, they have to take those chances and not be wasteful because they wasted so many opportunities in the first half, I would say. And so, can Bayern be clinical? That's the thing, you know.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I think
it could have easily been like 2-0, 3-0 in that first game, to be honest.
yeah, and the tie would have been for sure done, you know. But now, you know, with only we one goal up, PSG have to score first. So and then you have PSG to advance, right? Or do you think Bayern will come back against PSG and break their hearts?
No, I mean, I'm not sure, but I feel like PSG will score first, and then I feel like either Bayern equalize or Messi scores again. I mean, Messi scores and makes it 2-0 to PSG.
Ooh, that's gonna be interesting, man. Interesting.
I feel like it will either be 1-1 or 0-2 or 1-2.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. So, as I said, man, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. All right, so I'll give you guys my last couple, last takes, last thoughts, and then we're going to head out. We're nearly reaching the hour mark, so we got to wrap things off here. So, Poi says hello. Thank you for joining. Sebastian out here talking about which defense is more. Wow. Balkan Warrior says, well, Hakimi play. That I have no idea. I have no idea if he's going to be playing or not. We're going to have to wait and see. Emily Sky says Bayern will win. PSG versus Bayern. We all know Quincy Solo's vote. Oh man. That was a good one. That was a good one. FP7 games. Good one. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, man. Very interesting. So, yeah, for this one, guys, for Bayern Munich, man, as I said, man, can they get the job done? Because like I said with Julian Nagelsmann, man, he's a very he's a coach, like I said with Pep. He tends to overthink a lot of things. Tends to overthink and sometimes makes weird lineup decisions. You know, like I remember the first he benched Alphonso Davis for Joao Cancelo. I remember, and there was a lot of criticism, I believe, and you know, came in off the bench and you know that kind of thing. So got the job done. And yeah, Kimmich as well, man. It's gonna be very, very interesting here. So let's go look at the win probably. So Bayern win is 52%, extra time is 23%, PSG 25%. So as I said, man, it's gonna be very interesting. And so Choupo-Moting, man, being a former Parisian, of course, and Coman as well. Any former Bayern players on PSG? I don't think there is. So it's gonna be very interesting. Galtier versus Nagelsmann. And it's going to be very interesting because, like I said, man, PSG have to score first. I hope PSG score first, just from a neutral's point of view, to make the game interesting. But we're going to have to see what happens, man. We're going to have to see what happens, man. Donnarumma, man. And yeah, as I said, Verratti says, oh wait, that's a league game. I was going to say, I was going to say, hold up, that Champions League. Oh man, thankfully,
Neymar,
actually, let me go check.
It says Neymar sprained ankle.
Yeah, Neymar's gonna be out for this game. He's gonna be out. I think Galtier confirmed. I saw on Twitter earlier, he's gonna be out. That's a big blow for PSG because Neymar for me is very, very important. He's a very, very important player. As I criticize him all you will, if you think he's overrated, he still is important to his team, and he generally does well against Bayern Munich. He has a good record, I think, against Bayern. So, although he was terrible in the first leg, that should be worth noting. But yeah, to be fair, man, all of the PSG in general, they were pretty bad in the first leg, so I can't really be that harsh. Most of the players are terrible. So as I said, man, it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens, man. Very, very interesting. So let me go ahead and look at.
Four interesting quarterfinal round of 16 ties this week in the Champions League.
Yeah, and then once again, man, next Friday, man, we're gonna do the next one, and I'm actually more excited for the following week games than this next week because we got some interesting ones like Porto, Inter. And then obviously we have what is it called? What's another big one? Leipzig, Man City. That's gonna be two interesting ones. So let me go ahead and do the poll. Let me go ahead and see what you guys say in the poll. So 14 votes have been casted, so we're gonna end the poll now. And so Benfica Club Brugge, no one picked that game. They're not looking forward to next week. Chelsea Dortmund, 7% was picked. Bayern PSG 57% and Spurs Milan 36%. So most of you guys are interested in Bayern PSG, which I'm not surprised with. That's probably the big game everyone's most looking forward to. So which is why we saved it for last. So as I said, man, it's going to be very, very interesting there in that regard. So anyways, like I said, guys, you guys remembered, I will be releasing my predictions probably on Monday for my European competitions predictions. And then remember, guys, on Wednesday, we'll be doing a big Champions League review stream. We're going to be reviewing all 4 of the Champions League games. And then on Thursday, we'll have the Europa League and Conference League. And yeah, then Friday of next week, we're going to do the same thing as we're doing today, man. Same thing as we're doing today. So do you guys have any final thoughts before we head out? I'll give you guys maybe like another 5 to 10 minutes ish, and then we're gonna be heading out, guys. Heading out. So
4 big games.
Yeah. So let me check who else is suspended for the PSG Bayern game other than Pavard. Okay, no one else is suspended. It says.
Yeah.
Mazzori is out. Lucas Hernandez is out. Sanchez, Kempembe, and Hakimi and Neymar. So. Interesting, man. Interesting.
Let's look at last games. Head-to-head records.
Oh, yeah. We should look at head-to-head real quick while we're waiting for you guys to send your messages. So, Bayern's got 5 wins, no draws, and 2 wins. Wow, there's never been a draw between the 2 teams. Interesting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at Spurs Milan head-to-head.
Spurs Milan. Wait, hold on. I got to put Tottenham Hotspur. The official name.
Doesn't show up the match.
What the heck? Why isn't it showing up? Hold up.
Just find the game properly.
Yeah, let's just go this way. Tottenham Hotspur. Let's just go to the fixtures. That's probably the easier way. Tottenham Milan. So head-to-head, 3 wins for Spurs, 1 win, 1 draw from 1 draw between the 2 teams, and 1 win for Milan.
Ooh,
wow, yeah, interesting. So that was actually that February 14th was the first time they actually beat Milan Spurs in their history.
I see. Look at I mean, we can't look at Chelsea Dortmund because you already know what it is.
Yeah, it's 1 win for Dortmund. And Benfica Club Brugge. And it's 1 win for Benfica.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Let's look at the first insights, post-match insights. I don't think the insights are here yet, so let's look at the first insights real quick. Timeline right here. So Bayern Munich won all 7 of the UEFA Champions League matches of the season. Only the second time they've won the first 7 matches of the season, along with 2019-2020, won 11 games. PSG have now lost 5 games in all competitions in 2023. 1 more they lost in the entirety of 2022.
Oh,
they suffered 3. Yeah, they suffered 3 defeats in a row in all competitions for the first time since September 2020, with one of those defeats coming against Bayern Munich. PSG has suffered a home Champions League defeat for the first time since April 2021 versus Manchester City. The Parisians have now lost 5 of the last 8 home knockout matches.
Oh, PSG.
Yep. So, very interesting there. Then let's see. Milan Spurs. I got to be very careful I don't click match recap for obvious reasons. Milan beating Tottenham in the European competition for the first time at the 5th attempt, while it's their first victory in the last 10 against English opposition. This is a 4-0 win over Arsenal in 2012 in the Champions League.
4-0.
Dang, I didn't even know that. Yeah, guys, we're almost at 10 likes, guys. Let's hit 10 likes, guys. We're at 9. Come on, guys. Just one more like, guys. One more like, please. Tottenham are the first English side to lose 4 Champions League knockout stage games in a row since Arsenal between 2016-2017, with Antonio Conte's side failing to score in each of those fixtures. Spurs, man. Spurs. Wow.
Oh.
Okay, Milan enjoyed their first Champions League knockout victory since beating Barca 2-0 February 2013 in the last 16, losing each of the 3 since then. Wow. Nearly a decade old. Yeah, nearly a decade later, man. A decade later, man. Wow. What are the odds?
Let's look at Bruges versus Benfica.
Yeah, we're gonna look at all the first games of this next week. I mean, Club Brugge Benfica. timeline. Benfica won by multiple goals in UEFA Champions League knockout stage game away from home for the first time since March 2006. 2-0 versus Liverpool at Anfield. Wow.
Ooh.
Club Brugge attempted just 4 shots in the match, only against Borussia Dortmund. They've had a fewer in UEFA Champions League match on record. Benfica are unbeaten. Oh, sorry.
4 shots only.
Yeah. Very poor, man. Yeah. Benfica are unbeaten in the last 8 matches in the UEFA Champions League. Win 5, draw 3. Winning each of the last 3. It's the first time they won 3 in a row in the competition since 2005-2006 season under Ronald Koeman. Oh my God!
Ronald Koeman.
Oh man, a lot of Barca fans still. Oh geez, back. Okay, yeah, turn it down if you can. Yeah, a lot of Barca fans still have bad. A lot of Barca fans still haven't forgiven Koeman for the mess he did here. But yeah, wow, that is crazy, man. That is crazy.
That's funny.
Yeah, the Dortmund Chelsea. It's probably I don't even know if we should look. Okay, well let's just look at this anyway. Borussia Dortmund enjoyed the first win over an English side in the UEFA Champions League since September 2014 over Arsenal, adding a run of 9 matches against English clubs without a win in the competition. Wow, very interesting. Before the season, Chelsea had been eliminated from each of the last 3 two-legged UEFA Champions League knockout ties when losing the first leg. Last progressing in 2013-2014 quarterfinal against PSG. Wow. Dang. Do you remember that 2013-2014 quarterfinal against PSG?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. I think that was when David Luiz scored, I think, an insane goal. I remember, right?
Yeah.
So I saw from the highlights, I think. When playing at home in the first leg of a 2-leg UEFA Champions League knockout tie, Borussia Dortmund have now won 5 of the last 6 such games, failing only against Monaco in 16-17 quarterfinal, 2-3 loss. Wow, interesting, man. Interesting. All right, man. So we have reached 10 likes, guys. We have reached it. We have double digits now, guys. Double digits. And we got some people that just joined us now. So I'll stick around for another 5 to 10 minutes-ish, and then we're going to head out. So, yeah. Okay, FB7 games. Let me ask you this question. Obviously, this probably might be better to ask next week rather than now, but I'll still ask anyway. Is there a possibility that we could have that English teams won't do this well in the Champions League this season?
I mean, I think I think Manchester City should really beat Leipzig, but if the Champions League does what it wants to do, then I'll be surprised that an English team doesn't make the quarterfinal. But in my personal opinion, I feel like City should really beat Leipzig, and I feel like one of Spurs or Chelsea will beat the other team.
So you don't think both will go out?
Yeah, I don't think both will go out. I think one of them will make it.
Ooh, that'll be interesting. And then for Liverpool, I mean, it's done.
No,
It's done. It's just it.
The game is over. But I mean,
Yeah.
last year Real Madrid did lose 4-0 to Barcelona. So if second times happens again, Liverpool somehow beats Real Madrid 4-0 at the Bernabeu.
Oh my God! If that actually happens, I'll be laughing so much. That'll be insane.
I'd be like surprised.
Yeah. But
I don't think any team has lost by 3 goals in the first leg and come back in the second leg.
wait, hold up. Remember PSG?
I mean, like 3 goals at home, yeah. I mean, they
yeah.
2 goals at home, but not 3 goals at home. I don't think they have.
Yeah, dang, yeah. So let me go ahead and read what you guys say in the chat.
I mean, Real Madrid nearly did it against Juventus in 2018. Juventus nearly did it against Real Madrid in 2018.
Yeah. You know what the sick thing with Real Madrid is this? Like, they could allow Liverpool to make a comeback, but then they'll just score like a last-minute goal. Like, that's actually how sick Real Madrid is. I wouldn't be surprised.
They'd be like losing 3-0 and then it's like extra time and then they suddenly score like 8 goals or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember last season that was devastating for you. You must have been so devastated after the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so heartbreaking. I was actually so happy for you guys. And I still believe it to this day that you guys gave Real Madrid the best game of the knockout stage of all 4 of those teams, in my opinion. So,
Yeah, I couldn't believe that we did a comeback in the second leg.
Yeah.
I was thinking we might win it twice in a row.
Oh, man. Yeah. All right. Poi says, hi. I think I read this. Dortmund currently 2-0 up. Interesting. Dortmund Milan to knock out Chelsea and Tottenham. Ooh. Dan LFC, man. We'll see, man. We'll see. Because if that happens, right, we might have to have an EPL conversation. But to be fair, we can't really say this that much because only one La Liga team progressed. So, I can't be that harsh on the EPL. So, Pierre Picard says, "What up, AD? What score sheet of all the games at the moment?" So, first leg, we had Bayern Munich won the first leg 1-0 against PSG. Milan won the first leg. Benfica won the first leg 2-0. Milan won 1-0. Dortmund won 1-0. And so, yeah, those are all the first, the next 4 games. Then Liverpool lost 2-5. Frankfurt lost 2-0. Leipzig 1-1. Inter 1-0. Yeah, a lot of the games are really close. A lot of the games are very low scoring. There's not been a high scoring tie other than that Liverpool Real Madrid. Every other game has been low scoring. Okay, so Jan LFC special said Bayern 2-2 and Bayern progressed 3-2. Boy, goal Lazio. Hold up, Lazio have scored?
Lazio.
Wow. Oh, I gotta see this. Hold up, is this actually true? Oh my god, yes, Lazio is actually leading. No way. Wow. And not Dortmund. Leipzig got a consolation. Leipzig got 1 back. Oh, this is going to be very tense.
Did you see the 5-second red card yesterday?
Oh, no, I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Basically, in the Under-20 Asian Cup, Jordan was playing against Tajikistan, and the Jordan striker got sent off in like 5 seconds.
Wow.
I'll send you the link because it's actually so good. They're so mad.
Yeah. Let's get after the stream. Pierre says, how many of them eliminated today? For today, we're just previewing. So, 4 teams will be, will exit the competition next week. But yeah, I think the only team we could say for certainty that's getting eliminated is probably Club Rouge. Like, that's the only team we know for sure is getting eliminated. So, Chelsea and Spurs are eliminated, presume. They still have a second leg to play on Pierre Bequets. They still have a second leg to play, which will be on Tuesday, Wednesday, next week, respectively. Games are tomorrow. No, it's Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. JNLC Special says, wow, Lazio beating Napoli. Yeah, I'm surprised, man. I'm surprised. I was looking at head-to-head for this game, and it was so bad for Lazio. I had previewed it for that game, so interesting. Poye says games are Tuesday, Wednesday. So, yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. I think we've been here for around 1 hour and 12 minutes. So, yeah, we're going to have to see what happens, man. So, like I said, guys, next Wednesday, I'll be here again for the next live stream. And then on Sunday, I'll do a match reaction to Barca Valencia. Hopefully, we can beat Valencia, man. Hopefully, we can. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you guys like the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're not here. Comment up with your thoughts in the comment section below. And, make sure you also consider becoming a member of the channel. And, yeah, I'll see you guys later, man. Peace out.